I sell my time for $200 an hour, and tonight I'm worth $10,000. The dress they sent fits like a second skin. Black silk, no room for secrets. I smooth it over my hips in the elevator mirror and tell myself this is just dinner. Just one night. Just enough to cover Mom's next round of chemo and maybe, if I'm lucky, the rent I'm 3 months behind on. The penthouse doors open to a view that makes my stomach drop. Floor-to-ceiling windows framing the city like a kingdom. And standing at the center of it back to me is him. "You're late," he says without turning. "Traffic." My voice comes out steadier than I feel. He turns and I forget to breathe. Dark hair, sharp jaw, eyes that strip me down to marrow. Mid-30s maybe. The kind of face that's been photoshopped onto Forbes covers. The kind of man who's never heard the word no. I don't pay for excuses. He crosses the room in 3 strides, stopping close enough that I smell his cologne. Bergamot and something darker. "I pay for perfection." "Then you overpaid," his mouth curves. Not a smile. Something more dangerous. "Ava Chen," he says like he's tasting my name. 21. Dual major in literature and biology. 3.9 GPA. Mother's stage 3 lymphoma. Father left when you were 12. You work 2 jobs and still can't make ends meet. He tilts his head. Did I miss anything? Ice floods my veins. How do you... I know everything about the people I buy. He moves past me to the bar, pours 2 glasses of something amber. The question is what you know about me. Julian Cross. 34. Made your first billion in tech acquisitions before you were 30. Currently under investigation for... I stop. 4? He hands me a glass, fingers brushing mine deliberately. I don't remember. Liar. But he's smiling now, really smiling. And it transforms his face into something almost human. Good, I like liars. We understand each other. The whiskey burns going down. Through the window the city glitters like scattered diamonds, and I wonder how many people down there would kill to be in this room. How many already have? Why me? I ask. Because you're desperate. He says it kindly, which somehow makes it worse. And desperate people are honest. They've stripped away all the pretense, all the performance. What's left is raw, real. He steps closer. You didn't take this job because you wanted to. You took it because your mother is dying, and the American healthcare system is designed to bleed people dry. You took it because you've already sold everything else. Your time, your sleep, your dignity in small increments. And this was simply the next logical step. My hand tightens on the glass. You're a real romantic. I'm a realist. Romance is just manipulation with better lighting. He reaches out, tucks a strand of hair behind my ear. The gesture is gentle, possessive. I'm going to make you an offer. Ava, not the one you think. I don't sleep with clients. I don't want to sleep with you. He lets that land, watches my face. I want to hire you. Not for a night. For 6 months. The room tilts. What? There's a woman I need to destroy. Evelyn Marsh. She runs Helix Dynamics, my biggest competitor. She's trying to steal a contract that's worth $500 million and represents 3 years of my work. She's also ruthless, brilliant, and untouchable through conventional means. His eyes lock on mine. But she has a weakness. Her nephew Cameron just got engaged. The wedding is in 6 months. I need someone who can get close to that family. Become indispensable. Find me the leverage I need to bury her. You want me to spy? I want you to infiltrate, befriend the bride, gain their trust. There will be parties, dinners, wedding planning sessions. You'll wear the right clothes, say the right things, and report everything back to me. He pauses. In return, I'll pay you $100,000 a month, plus all medical expenses for your mother, the experimental treatment in Switzerland, the one her insurance denied. The glass slips from my fingers, doesn't break, and lands on the plush carpet with a muted thud. That treatment cost $500,000. I know. He crouches, picks up the glass. When he straightens, he's close enough that I feel his breath. 6 months, Ava. You become whoever I need you to be. You do exactly what I tell you. And at the end, your mother lives and you walk away with enough money to finish school. Debt-free. All you have to do is help me ruin one woman's life. My phone buzzes. I know without looking it's the hospital. Another bill. Another procedure Mom can't afford. Another day closer to the end. Why would you do this? I whisper. His smile returns, cold and perfect. Because Evelyn Marsh killed my brother, and I'm going to take everything from her piece by piece, starting with her family's happiness. He extends his hand. Do we have a deal? I should run. Should say no. Should recognize this man for what he is, then beautiful and broken and probably dangerous. Instead, I think of Mom's face when the doctor said palliative care. The weight of her hand in mine, paper-thin skin over bird bones. I take his hand, his grip is firm. Final. Then welcome to the arrangement, Ava. Try not to fall in love with me. People who do tend to regret it. He pulls me closer and I realize with sudden electric clarity that I'm not the only one lying tonight. There's something in his eyes, some desperate, aching thing beneath the ice. Whatever his real plan is, it's not the one he just told me, and I'm already in too deep to care. The crash course in becoming someone else starts at dawn. Julian's apartment transforms into a war room. There's a wall of photos. Evelyn Marsh with her angular face and cruel smile, her nephew Cameron with his bland handsomeness, and Cameron's fiancée, Sophia. Blonde, beautiful, heir to a pharmaceutical fortune, the kind of woman who's never had to choose between dinner and electricity. You'll meet her at a charity gala tomorrow, Julian says, circling the photos like a shark. I've arranged for you to be there as a volunteer coordinator. You'll spill champagne on her dress. Expensive enough to remember, cheap enough not to sue. You'll apologize profusely, offer to have it cleaned. Get her number. That's your master plan? Champagne? No, that's the door. You're the weapon. He turns to me. People like Sophia are starving for authenticity. Everyone around her wants something. You'll be different. You'll want nothing. Just friendship. Just girl talk. Just someone who sees her as Sophia, not as her last name. And then you become the person she trusts most in the world. The maid of honor, the confidant. The keeper of family secrets. His jaw tightens, and you tell me everything. The plan is elegant, simple, sociopathic. What did Evelyn do to your brother? His face shudders. That's not part of our arrangement. You're asking me to destroy a family. I think I deserve context. For a long moment, he just stares at me. Then he moves to the window, backlit by the rising sun. When he speaks, his voice is different. Younger, raw. Daniel was softer than me, kinder. He believed in people. He fell in love with Evelyn's daughter, actually. They were engaged. 2 weeks before the wedding, she called it off. No explanation. He found out later that Evelyn had offered her $10 million to walk away. She took it. He laughs bitter. Daniel drove his car off a bridge 3 days later. The police called it an accident. I called it murder. My chest tightens. I'm sorry, don't be. Sympathy is just another currency. But his reflection in the glass looks haunted. Get some sleep. Tomorrow you become someone else. I don't sleep. I lie in the guest room he's given me, all white linens and expensive minimalism, and stare at the ceiling. My phone lights up with texts from Mom's nurse. She's asking for you. Then she's stable. Don't worry, but I am worrying, because I'm lying to her about where I am, what I'm doing, because I've sold myself to a man who views revenge as a business plan, because some part of me understands him. The gala is crystalline excess. Chandeliers like frozen waterfalls, champagne towers, women in gowns that cost more than my mother's hospital debt. I'm in a simple black dress, a clipboard, an invisible servant. Sophia Winters is easy to spot. She glows with that particular sheen of generational wealth. Perfect posture, perfect teeth, perfect life. I time it perfectly. Walk past with a tray, stumble on nothing, and send Dom Perignon cascading down her ivory Valentino. Oh my God. My horror is genuine. The dress costs more than my arrangement with Julian, but Sophia laughs. Actually laughs. It's okay, really. I hated this dress anyway. My mother picked it. I help her dab at the fabric, apologizing frantically, and she waves it off. Up close, I see the shadows under her makeup. The tight set of her jaw. I'm Ava. I'm so sorry. Sophia. And seriously, you did me a favor. Now I have an excuse to leave early. She lowers her voice conspiratorially. These things are torture. Why come at all? Because Cameron's aunt is on the board. And what Aunt Evelyn wants, Aunt Evelyn gets. Something sharp flashes in her eyes. You know how it is. Family obligations, and just like that, I see it. The crack in the perfect facade. Let me at least pay for the cleaning, I say. Don't be ridiculous, but... She hesitates. Are you free for coffee tomorrow? I could use a friend who isn't on my mother's payroll. I pretend to think about it. Yeah, okay, I'd like that. She smiles, and it's genuine, warm, trusting. I feel like a monster. I meet Julian that night at his penthouse. He's waiting on the balcony, city lights reflecting in his eyes. How did it go? Coffee tomorrow at noon. She likes me. I join him at the railing. She's nice, Julian. Actually nice, good, nice people are easy to manipulate. Is that what you're doing to me? He turns, studies my face. Do you feel manipulated? I don't know what I feel. Liar, he says softly. Reaches out, traces my jawline with his thumb. The touch is electric, wrong. You feel guilty because you're good at this, because part of you enjoys the deception, the power of it. I should pull away. Instead, I lean closer. And what do you feel? Nothing. But his hand moves to the back of my neck, fingers threading through my hair. I haven't felt anything in 3 years. Not since I watched them lower my brother into the ground. Then why are you shaking? His grip tightens. For a heartbeat, I think he's going to kiss me. For a heartbeat, I want him to. Instead, he releases me abruptly, steps back, get some rest. Tomorrow you befriend her. Next week you meet the family. By the wedding, you'll have everything I need. And what about what you need? His smile is broken. I need Evelyn Marsh to suffer. Everything else is negotiable. He walks inside, leaving me alone with the city and the creeping certainty that we're both lying about what this arrangement really is. My phone buzzes. A photo from Sophia, can't wait for tomorrow. First real friend I've made in years. I delete it. Then I take a screenshot first because Julian was right about one thing. I'm better at this than I want to admit. And I'm not sure which one of us that makes the monster. 3 weeks in, and Sophia trusts me with everything, her password, her calendar, her fears about whether Cameron really loves her or just loves the merger their marriage represents. We get manicures and share secrets, and every night I file reports to Julian like I'm documenting a surveillance operation. She's allergic to shellfish. Evelyn doesn't know. Cameron's having an affair with his assistant. Sophia suspects. The wedding venue contract has a clause that benefits Evelyn's company. Sophia's father doesn't know. Julian reads each message with the focus of a man studying battle plans. Because that's what this is. War. You're doing well, he tells me one night. We're in his apartment, rain streaking the windows. He's loosened his tie and there's a softness to him I've never seen. Or maybe I'm just learning to look past the armor. I feel like garbage, I admit. Good, that means you're human. He pours us both whiskey. The moment you stop feeling guilty is the moment you become like them. Like who? Like me. The words hang between us. I take the glass, let the alcohol burn away the knot in my throat. Why do you really want to destroy her, Julian? And don't give me the revenge story. There's something else. His jaw works. For a long moment, I think he won't answer. Then Daniel's suicide note. It said, I'm not strong enough for their world. Not Evelyn's daughter's world. Their world. Like it was all of them. A system, and Evelyn, she runs on a simple philosophy. People are commodities. Love is weakness. The only thing that matters is winning. He meets my eyes. She didn't just take away my brother. She proved to him that kindness has no place in survival, and he believed her. So you're becoming what he couldn't. I'm becoming what destroys her. He moves closer. But sometimes I look at you and wonder if I'm destroying the wrong person. What do you mean? His hand cups my face, and the tenderness in the gesture makes my breath catch. You remind me of him. That earnestness, that stupid, stubborn goodness. His thumb traces my lower lip. I keep waiting for this to corrupt you, for you to become cynical and hard, for you keep caring. Maybe I'm a better actor than you think. Or maybe you're the only real thing in my life right now. The kiss happens before I can think, his mouth on mine, desperate and hungry and tasting like regret. I kiss him back because I'm lonely and confused, and he's the only person who knows the truth of what I'm doing. The only person I don't have to lie to. When we break apart, he's breathing hard. That was a mistake, he says. Yeah, we can't do this again. Agreed, but we both know we're lying. The unraveling begins at Sophia's bridal shower. I'm helping arrange flowers when Evelyn Marsh walks in. I've seen her in photos, but in person she's formidable. Steel spine, calculating eyes. She surveys the room like a general inspecting troops. Her gaze lands on me. Lingers. You're the new friend, she says. Not a question. Ava, nice to meet you. Is it? She picks up a champagne flute, examining it. Sophia collects people like stray cats. Most of them want something. I just want to be her friend. How refreshingly naive. She smiles, and it's sharp enough to cut. Tell me, Ava, what do you do for a living? My prepared lie feels suddenly transparent. I'm a student. Biology major. How noble. And how do you afford? She gestures vaguely at my dress. A gift from Julian, expensive but subtle. This lifestyle?
Scholarships.
Part-time work. She sets down the glass. Well, I'm sure we'll be seeing more of each other. I like to know everyone in my nephew's orbit, it's a warning. And as she walks away, I realize she's already investigating me. I text Julian immediately. We have a problem. His response comes 5 minutes later. I know, she hired a PI yesterday. We need to talk now. I find him at his office, the all-dark wood and floor-to-ceiling law books. He's pacing when I arrive. She knows something, he says without preamble. Not everything, but enough to be suspicious, and what do? We accelerate. The wedding is in 3 months. We need leverage before she digs deeper. He pulls up files on his computer. Sophia's father, Richard Winters. He's been embezzling from his own company. Small amounts carefully hidden, but Evelyn knows. She's been collecting evidence to use against him if needed. How do you know that? He doesn't answer. Just pulls up more files, screenshots, bank records, emails. All of Evelyn's private correspondence. Oh my God. I stare at him. You've been hacking her for 2 years. Ever since Daniel died. His expression is cold, focused. This is what I do, Ava. I find weaknesses and I exploit them. Evelyn has been blackmailing Richard to ensure the wedding happens on her terms. If we expose her, we destroy her reputation, her business relationships, her control over the family. And Sophia, she'll be devastated. Her father will go to prison. Her father is a criminal. Evelyn is worse. He grips my shoulders. This is what we came here to do. Don't lose your nerve now. But I'm seeing him clearly for the first time. The obsession, the cold calculation, the way he's weaponized every piece of information, every relationship. You're just like her, I whisper. His hands drop. What, you think people are commodities? Love is weakness. The only thing that matters is winning. I step back. You've become exactly what killed your brother. The words hit him like a physical blow. His face drains of color. Get out, he says quietly. Julian, get out. I flee. Take the elevator down 40 floors with my heart in my throat. Burst onto the street into rain that soaks through my clothes in seconds. My phone rings. Sophia. Hey. Where are you? We're doing cake tasting and I need you to tell Cameron his taste buds are broken. I hang up, slide down against a wall, and for the first time since this started, I cry. Because I've fallen in love with a man who's incapable of it. Because I've befriended a woman I'm betraying. Because my mother is alive, because I sold my soul. And I don't know if that makes me a hero or a monster. My phone buzzes. A message from Julian. I'm sorry. Please come back. I need you. 3 words I've never heard him say. I stare at the screen, rain mixing with tears, and realize I'm already too broken to walk away. I go back. Of course I go back. Julian is waiting on the balcony where this all started, rain-soaked, hands gripping the railing like it's the only thing keeping him tethered. You're right, he says when I step outside. Doesn't turn around. I've become what I hate. I tell myself it's for Daniel, but the truth is I don't know how to be anything else anymore. Grief is easy. Anger is easy. This, he gestures between us, is terrifying. I move beside him. What is this? I don't know. But it's the first real thing I've felt in years, and I'm sabotaging it. Because that's what I do. I destroy beautiful things. I'm not beautiful. I'm a liar and a spy, and he turns, catches my face between his hands. You're a daughter doing everything to save her mother. You're a woman trapped in an impossible choice. His voice breaks. You're the only person who's seen the monster and stayed anyway. Because I'm a monster too. No. He kisses my forehead, my temples, my tear-stained cheeks. You're just human. Messy and complicated and doing your best. That's all any of us can do. We end up tangled together on his couch, clothes damp, defenses down. He tells me about Daniel, really tells me. How they'd built pillow forts as kids. How Daniel had been the one who believed Julian could be more than their father's cruelty had shaped him to be. How the last thing Daniel said was, "I love you," and Julian couldn't say it back because he was too busy being strong. I tell him about Mom. about watching cancer hollow her out piece by piece, about the guilt of being healthy when she's dying, about taking this job because I'm desperate and terrified, and so fucking angry at the universe for being this cruel. We're quite a pair, he murmurs against my hair. Broken calls to broken. Maybe broken is just honest. Maybe we've just stopped, pretending we're whole. We fall asleep there, wrapped in each other, and for a few hours, the revenge plot and the lies and the weight of our choices fade. Then dawn comes, and with it reality. Sophia calls me crying 2 days later. Can you come over? Please, I need someone who isn't family. I find her at her apartment, mascara-stained, clutching a folder. What happened? She shoves it at me. Inside, photos of Cameron with his assistant. Hotel receipts, text messages that leave nothing to interpretation. I hired a PI, she says. I knew, but I hoped I was wrong. She laughs bitterly. Aunt Evelyn says I should marry him anyway. That affairs are just part of marriage in our world. That love is secondary to strategic partnerships. My stomach turns. That's not love. I know. But everyone acts like I'm being dramatic for wanting actual fidelity, like I'm a child for believing in romance. She looks at me, eyes desperate. Am I crazy? No. The word comes out fierce. You deserve someone who chooses you. Every day. Not because of your last name or your father's company, but because of you. But the wedding is in 6 weeks. Everything's paid for. Our families have contracts. Fuck the contracts. I grab her hands. Sophia, listen to me. You get one life, one. Do you really want to spend it with someone who treats you like a business deal? She stares at me. Then slowly she smiles. You're right. You're absolutely right. She takes a shaky breath. I'm calling it off. Triumph surges through me. Then horror, because this wasn't the plan. The plan needed the wedding to happen. Needed the families united so Julian could strike at the perfect moment. I've just destroyed his revenge. I don't tell Julian immediately. Instead, I go to my mother's hospital room. She's sleeping, thin and fragile, but alive. The treatment is working. The Swiss doctors are optimistic. All because of the devil's bargain I made. Baby girl. Mom's eyes flutter open. You look troubled. I'm fine, liar. She pats the bed. I sit and she takes my hand. You've been different, distant. What's happening? I could tell her. Could confess everything. Instead, I say, I met someone. Someone good? Someone complicated. She laughs weakly. The best ones always are. Your father was complicated. Brilliant and troubled, and he loved me fiercely until he didn't anymore. She squeezes my fingers. But here's what I learned. You can love someone and still lose yourself. Don't do that. Whatever choices you're making, make sure you can live with them. What if I already can't? Then you change course. It's never too late to choose yourself, honey. I kiss her forehead and leave before I start crying again. Julian is waiting at the penthouse. One look at my face and he knows. What did you do? I told her the truth. Not about us, but I told her she deserved better than Cameron. She's calling off the wedding. The silence is deafening. You did what? His voice is dangerously quiet. I couldn't do it anymore, Julian. She's a real person with real feelings. God, so was my brother. He's shouting now. 3 years of grief exploding. Daniel was real. His pain was real. And Evelyn destroyed him, and you just let her win. This isn't about winning. This is about not destroying an innocent woman for your revenge. She's not innocent. None of them are. They're all complicit in a system that chews people up. Like you're doing to me. The words echo in the vast space. Julian flinches like I've struck him. I have given you everything, he says, voice shaking. Your mother's treatment. Financial security. I trusted you. You bought me. There's a difference. Then leave. He turns his back. Walk away. But remember that your mother's treatment stops the moment you do. The bills come due. The hospital will... Don't. My voice breaks. Don't make me choose between her life and my soul. I'm not making you choose anything. You already chose. You chose to take my money, follow my plan, and then you chose to sabotage it all because it made you feel like a good person. He finally looks at me, and his eyes are empty. But you're not good, Ava. Neither of us are. We're just two broken people who thought we could fix each other. We could still and get out. He walks to his desk, pulls out a check, writes a figure, slides it across. 3 months of your mother's treatment. After that, you're on your own. We're done. I stare at the check. At the man I thought I was falling for. At the ghost of who we both could have been. I'm sorry, I whisper. No, you're not. You're relieved. He smiles, bitter and broken. And that's how I know you were always too good for this. I take the check, I walk out, I don't look back. But on the street, rain starting again, I realize he never asked what Evelyn had that was worth protecting. He never asked why Sophia trusted me so quickly. He never asked the one question that would have changed everything. And now it's too late. The truth comes out 3 days later. I'm packing up my dorm room, preparing to move back home now that the money's running out, when Sophia shows up. We need to talk, she says. Dread pulls in my stomach. About what? About Julian Cross, about why you really became my friend. She walks past me, sits on my bed. I'm not an idiot, Ava, I knew from the beginning. The world tilts. What? Aunt Evelyn warned me, said a girl would try to infiltrate the family, probably sent by one of her enemies. She gave me your description 2 weeks before we met. Sophia's smile is sad. The champagne incident? I knew exactly what you were doing. I can't breathe. Then why? Because I wanted to see if you were real. If the friendship could become real, even if it started fake. She stands, walks to the window. And it did, didn't it? When you told me to call off the wedding, you weren't thinking about Julian's revenge. You were thinking about me. Sophia, I'm so sorry. Don't be. You gave me something no one else could. Permission to choose myself. She turns. But there's something you don't know. Something Julian doesn't know. She pulls out her phone, shows me a photo. It's Evelyn, with Julian, taken 3 years ago.
What is this?
That's my aunt meeting with Julian about a business partnership. 2 months before Daniel died. Sophia swipes to another photo. This is Evelyn's daughter, my cousin, with Daniel. 3 days after she broke up with him. In the photo, they're laughing, happy, together. She didn't leave him for money, Sophia says quietly. She left him because she was diagnosed with early-onset Alzheimer's. She didn't want Daniel to watch her forget him. So Evelyn helped her disappear. Paid her to start over somewhere Daniel couldn't find her. The room spins. That's not... Julian said what he needed to believe. Because the truth, that his brother killed himself over a broken heart, not a conspiracy, was too painful. So he invented a villain, made Evelyn into a monster, because that was easier than accepting that sometimes tragedy is just tragedy. I sink onto the bed. Does he know? No. Evelyn keeps her daughter's diagnosis private. Only family knows. Sophia sits beside me. I'm telling you because you deserve the truth, and because I think if anyone can reach him, it's you. Why would you help him? After everything? Because Aunt Evelyn isn't blameless. She is cold, calculating, and ruthless. She just isn't the monster Julian thinks. Sophia takes my hand. And because you saved me, Ava. You could have let me marry Cameron, helped Julian destroy my family, secured your mother's treatment. But you chose kindness. Let me return the favor. I find Julian at Daniel's grave. He's been there for hours, judging by the rain-soaked shoulders. Doesn't turn when I approach. How did you find me? I know you better than you think. Then you know you should leave. Probably. I crouch beside him, read the headstone. Daniel Cross, beloved son and brother, too good for this world. But I have something you need to hear. I tell him everything. About Sophia knowing, about the Alzheimer's, about how his brother's story ended not with betrayal but with love so deep that it meant letting go. By the end, Julian is shaking. 3 years, he whispers. 3 years I've hated her. Built my entire life around destroying her. And it was all based on incomplete information. Not a lie, just missing pieces. He's crying now, silently. Tears mixing with rain. I've become everything Daniel wouldn't want. Obsessed with revenge, cruel, manipulative. I've hurt people. He looks at me. I've hurt you. We hurt each other. That's what broken people do. I sit in the wet grass beside him. But we don't have to stay broken. How do I even begin to fix this? One choice at a time. Starting with this one. Do you want to keep being the man who uses people? Or do you want to be the man your brother believed you could be? For a long moment, he just stares at the headstone. Then, he used to say I had a good heart. That I just protected it too well. His laugh is wet, broken. I don't even know if it's still there. I take his hand. Let's find out together. 6 months later, the experimental treatment worked. Mom's in remission. It's fragile, uncertain, but she's alive, and that's enough. Julian sold his company, not the whole thing. Enough to lose the obsession, keep the purpose. He's working with organizations that provide free legal aid to people crushed by healthcare debt. It's penance and healing wrapped together. We're not together, not exactly, but we have coffee every Tuesday, and sometimes he stays over. And slowly, carefully, we're learning how to be two broken people who don't break each other. Sophia got married last month. Not to Cameron, to a marine biologist she met at a charity gala. Evelyn wasn't thrilled, but she showed up and in her own cold way gave her blessing. I never told Julian about Evelyn helping me with my mother's treatment costs after his check ran out. Some secrets are kindness. Some secrets are survival. Tonight I'm at the penthouse. Our penthouse now. Shared space with separate rooms because we're taking it slow. Julian is on the balcony looking out at the city. You know what I realized? He says when I join him. What? Daniel didn't die because of Evelyn. He died because he couldn't forgive himself for not being perfect, for not being enough. Julian turns to me. I spent 3 years making the same mistake. Punishing myself by becoming worse. But you taught me something. What's that? That healing isn't about becoming who you were before you broke. It's about accepting the cracks and building something new. He touches my face, gentle. Something beautiful. We're still pretty broken. Yeah, but we're broken together. And somehow that makes it bearable. I lean into his touch. Think about the girl I was 6 months ago. Desperate and alone. The man he was, consumed by revenge. How we collided and nearly destroyed each other. How we chose differently. I love you, I say. First time I've said it. He closes his eyes. I know. And I'm learning how to say it back. Take your time. I'll be here. He kisses me then. Soft, uncertain, real. When he pulls back, his eyes are clear for the first time since I've known him. I love you too, he whispers. And I think that terrifies me more than revenge ever did. Good. We should both be terrified. I smile against his mouth. It means we're doing something that matters. Below us, the city glitters with 1,000 broken lives, 1,000 second chances. We're just 2 more lights in the darkness. Learning that sometimes the greatest act of rebellion isn't destruction. It's choosing to heal. Thank you, he says, for saving me when I was trying to destroy myself. I take his hand. You didn't need saving, Julian. You just needed someone to remind you that broken things can still be beautiful. And for the first time in 3 years, he smiles like he believes it.